Okay, in section D, we are going to create a clustered column chart so we can visualize our data a little bit easier. So if we take a look at our spreadsheet, you should have updated one of these values. I prefer dogs, so I updated dogs. And you should now have each one of these have the denominator not of a number, but of the cell B14. Right? And I hope you fix that, and I will check that because that's important to know how to play with the formulas. If you got lost in that step, there was not a video for it, send me a message and I can help you out. Okay, but let's visualize this. So let's create a table or a chart of that information right there. Notice the frequency and the percentage are very closely related, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just do this frequency of votes and the actual animal name themselves. Oops. And create a chart. So I'm going to select all that data. I am then going to the Insert tab. And notice there's a whole bunch of different kinds of charts right here. This very first one, if you hold your cursor over it, it will say this is the column chart. That's the button to hit if you want to insert a column chart. We're going to insert a type of column chart, so I'm going to click that button. And notice there's a bunch of options. So this first one is a clustered column chart. That's what we're going to end up doing. We can play around and kind of see what the other options are. This is called a stacked column. This is a 100% stacked column, which our data doesn't look very good in that format. And there's different three-dimensional ones and all sorts of things. I'm just going to stick with this simple two-dimensional clustered column chart. Now, this is great and all, but it's on the same sheet as my data, and so it's a little small and it's not super neat. And I'm going to move this to its own sheet so it's sort of it's the main point of that sheet. So I'm going to go to the Design tab up here in Chart Tools and click the Move Chart button. Now, depending on what version of Excel you have, moving the chart kind of shows up in a couple of different places in Excel. It's one of the things that changes version to version. So you can always Google that for your version of Excel. Okay, and I'm going to put mine in a new sheet, and I'm going to call it Favorite Animals. And so now what happens is, notice we have its own sheet with just this chart, and down here we've got different tabs. So if I want to go back to my data, I can click the Animals tab. This sheet 1 was that little worksheet we were working on to understand relative versus absolute addressing. And we have our chart. Okay, so let's format this to make it look a little bit nicer. At the moment, our title is frequency, which isn't very useful. And we can make, let's add some axis titles to describe what's going on here. Then we can talk a little bit about formatting it to look nice. So the first thing I want to do is I want to change my title here. So I can come up here and I can select this. Survey, Favorite Animals Survey. And I can make this bigger, make it a little bit more, pop out a little bit better. There we go. To add axis labels, some versions of Excel you might see axis labels and a legend. You'll have to modify those. If you have my version of Excel and you have no axis labels, I want to go to the Design tab in the Chart Tools, go to Add Chart Element, Axis Titles, and I can add a primary horizontal label. That's the one that goes on the bottom down here. And in fact, if I don't have to try to click in there and fill it up. I can just come up here to the formula bar, and whatever I type in here is going to go into that label. So this is the animals. All right, as soon as I hit enter, you see there pops up the label. And again, I can select that, highlight it, and make it bigger if I want. There we go. I can do the same thing for the vertical axis. Design, Add Chart Element, Axis Titles, Vertical. This one was the number of votes, right, for that favorite animal survey. And once again, I can select that. There we go. Okay, so that's looking better already. There's some other things I can do to play with it though. So if you right click on one of these bars, I can say Format Data Series. And then I can start playing with this a little bit. For example, I like these charts when the gap is a little smaller. So the gap is the distance between the columns. Right, so we can make it 0, where the columns all touch. Or we can make them really, really skinny. or however you like it. I like that. You can also play around with it a little bit, some of these effects. You can add shadows. Ooh. There we go, there's a shadow. We can blur. Ooh, we can blur the shadow a little bit. Right, you can angle the shadow. Not sure what that's doing. Distance. Right. So you can play around with all these different effects. You can also modify the color and say we're going to make it, instead of a, we can, let's say the color is red, except instead of being solid, we're going to have it be a gradient. Ooh, we lost the color. Color red. Ooh. That's going to be orange. Right, so you can play around with this, make it however you like. Make this quite the little rainbow. There we go. We're missing blue. Let's add some blue then. There we go. There's our favorite animal survey. You can do other things. We can go back to the design tab. Oh, kind of lost all our fun colors there. We can add different designs here. I'm going to go back and do this. I can also right click, for example, on one of the animal names and format the axis. There we go. Once we've clicked on that, we can make those words bigger. If we right click on the numbers, format axis, once again we can make those values bigger too. There. We can also do things like specify the distance between those numbers. So I can say, instead of having 0 to 90, let's do 0 to 100. Right? Well, I don't know, maybe that doesn't work. Let's go back to 90. But now we can do the units. Instead of going by 10, let's go by 20 each time. Right? And you can play around with this and make it look however you want. The goal is readability, right? So I think I'm going to actually leave those the way they were, but now you see how you would play with that. Okay. Once you have finished your survey and your chart to your satisfaction, you want to save this, and then you can submit it through Canvas. And if you've done everything we've talked about today, you'll get full credit.